I like we're all like, we're
Jazz hands.
We're here.
Hello, everybody. Thank you guys so much for coming to Vintage Rescue Squad. I am Misty, and this is Michael.
I'm here.
He's right there. Michael, the cult of vintage. And thank you guys so much for joining me. We do these shows every other Monday on each other. Well, we do them every Monday, but this week it's on my channel. Next Monday it will be on Michael's channel. And Michael is the cult of vintage, obviously. So make sure that you go and subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. And I'm going to go ahead and let Dee do a little introduction on who she is. And I tell you, everybody's links are all in the description of the video. So please go over and subscribe to their channels. They both have live sales. Follow them on their social medias and on whatnot. And Dee, tell everybody who you are if you don't know already.
Well, I'm Dee. I'm from New York State. I am an avid thrifter, reseller. I resell on YouTube and eBay. And I do a lot of, bits and bobs of things, thrift hauls, live sales, craft videos, baking, cooking, upcycling things, shop-alongs, a little bit of everything.
She's a Renaissance woman.
And she's got a precarious little kitty cat named Binks that likes to show his butt.
He was just in here. Oh, I don't know if you all knew. I became a grandmother on my birthday.
I saw that.
I didn't know it was your birthday. How sweet.
She had her on my birthday. The due date was 2 days after. And I kept telling her, you're going to have her on my birthday. She's like, no, I want her to have her own birthday.
Oh.
No, that's special.
But you know what? It's so sweet because I've watched you since before I even had a YouTube channel. And you have always bought things in your haul. Like, I'm
put them away
for future. And I do the same thing. I bought something today.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, I'll go get it. But Jamie, tell people who you are.
Okay. I'm Jamie. My channel is Mid-Century Wasted. I'm a YouTuber and a vintage reseller. I'm on eBay and Etsy, kinda, but I'm moving more towards Whatnot now. That's where I'm having the majority of my sales every Monday morning, my time, 9 a.m. Pacific morning, a.m. I have a Whatnot sale, Mid-Century Monday mornings, and occasionally on Thursdays. My husband, Blake, was having vinyl sales on Whatnot on Thursdays, but now he's back to work. So
already, I guess school
back
has
to
started already.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I might have a pop-up sale every now and then on a Thursday evening. We'll see. Wednesdays on my channel, on my YouTube channel, Blake and I have a live show called Wasted Wednesday. That's 8 p.m. on Wednesday Pacific time. It's a late one, but we have a cocktail. Sometimes we fight live on camera. It's a fun.
It's real life.
It's real life. We call them domestics. We just have a little domestic for everyone to, you can be Team Jamie, Team Blake, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just pick a side because we're always bickering about something. And I also do shop along videos on my YouTube. It's a little bit neglected right now. Summer's been kind of crazy and busy, but I'm getting back into the swing of things. So I think that's everything.
I'm so excited to see the little Facebook icons because we're live on my Facebook as well. I don't know why that just.
Oh, cool.
So I see Barbara, and I didn't even say, and there's Alex. Hey, Alex and Aaron and Tiger. Thank you, Tiger. Listen, I've been out shopping all day and filming. I took my hat off for tonight. And once I got home and I was like, oh no.
The dreaded hat head.
It's going to go back on.
Once it's on for the day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I sleep in mine, shower.
It's like Arrested Development. Never nude.
Never nude.
Exactly.
Never nude.
Well, this is what I bought today. And this is a Fisher-Price doll. Now, my husband had this exact exact same doll when he was a little boy.
Oh
when
my
his sister
goodness.
was born.
He looks like Chucky.
It's kind of a little bit. But Mark's doll was named Joey, and we have Joey.
Oh.
So I found this one. Now Joey's hair is matted and horrible looking, but this little kid's got nice hair. So I'm like, oh, I gotta get this. And so when we have grandkids one day, then we can get Mark's Joey out and Joey number 2. I don't know. It was only $3. It's special.
Uh,
Hi,
I'm-
I'm Joey. Want to play?
Well, I mean, it goes with Baby Secrets.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Baby Secrets would like to meet Margot.
Oh, yes. Jamie, I have a Margot.
I'm gonna bring out the clowns. I swear, y'all.
This is Margot. She's rocking the G.I. Jane look right now.
Love
but
her.
I have wigs for her too.
Get it?
Yeah. She's got a
Love
lot
her.
of vibe.
She's great to display hats on too if you're selling a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep. Baby Secrets she does love Halloween time. I am going to be selling Baby Secrets within the next couple weeks.
No boy.
Are you gonna autograph her?
Autograph
She's
her butt.
been I will have her well, no. She's coming as is. She's a good girl. Sit you over there, Baby Secrets. Well, tonight we wanted to talk a little bit about the dark side. Not
The
about
dark
Baby Secrets,
side.
because she is love and light, Baby Secrets is. But well, LaDonna.
I know, right, LaDonna?
And-
No.
Yeah, and she kept it a secret. Now, did your daughter want you to not say anything? Oh, bless your heart.
No.
That would have been so hard. Oh my God.
Trust me, I was like, when can I say something? It's driving me crazy. She said no. I'm like, oh my God, you're rotten. You're
Yeah.
rotten.
Yeah, bless her heart
yeah.
though. That had been really hard. That would have been hard for me.
It was very, very hard.
So we want to talk a little bit about, I don't want to say the dark side, because honestly, the majority of the time it's wonderful. I mean, I think that all 4 of us here can really say, and probably everybody that is a reseller in the chat can probably say, we're very blessed to be able to do what we do for a living. We do love it. We love what we do. If we didn't, we wouldn't be doing it anymore.
Absolutely.
We're very blessed and we're very thankful to be able to do what we do. So I mean, I don't want to like make this a
But
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 I think that if anybody is thinking about doing reselling, I mean, this could be if you want to be a content creator, and I consider myself a reseller first and a content creator second, because my income comes from my sales. Yes, I do my sales on a social media platform, but to me, it's no different than eBay or any other media platform. So, and that's how I earn my living is selling items. The content, it can go hand in hand because it does lead people to want to come to your sales. They kind of like to see the whole cycle of you're buying the item and you're displaying it, or you're selling it. That whole cycle there, I think, is appealing to a lot of people. So it can go hand in hand, but you don't have to have live sales. All of these things can also happen on eBay as well. In fact, y'all remember that Build-A-Bear candy corn Build-A-Bear that I was like, this expensive. I have sold it twice on eBay, and twice it has not been paid for. So it still happens on the only platform that it doesn't necessarily happen on is Whatnot.
Yeah.
But I have had things where people's payments didn't process and then that item didn't sell. So yes, it can still happen on Whatnot, but it doesn't happen very often. So all of these things can still happen, whether you are selling, via a live sale or selling, on eBay or Etsy or, whatever, OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, whatever platform you're selling on. You can
there's pros and cons to everything in life.
Right.
Absolutely. I know that it seems like, and I don't know if it's happening a lot because of the economy and all that kind of stuff, but it seems like there have been a lot more instances lately where items are not being paid for. So, and I know that happened to me. And so 25% of my of my sales were affected. So essentially I lost 25% of my sales,
Jeez, that's a lot.
which it is a lot. I mean, this is what you do for a living. It does affect every part of your business. It affects, your time, your supplies, your mental, frustrations. It affects a lot. So, and yes, I'm going to sell the things again, hopefully. I mean, hopefully I will. And Michael sold his last night, but it does take that time away. Then I could have sold other things.
Something else. Yeah.
Some other things. So,
or somebody else might have wanted that item.
Yeah.
You know what? And that D is a good point, because I had a couple people email me and was like, oh my gosh, I wanted those things. But then I kind of jumped the gun a little bit too quickly, because I went ahead and made my reel, and I'm just going to sell them again. So I don't want to remake my reel.
No.
My reel's been made.
It's set in stone when it's on the reel.
There is one thing that I did sell to someone that really wanted it, and that it was in my reel. So that one thing I do want to point out real quick, because Jeffrey and I, this is crazy. Jeffrey, hello. Did you know, first of all, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, little baby Jeff. Happy birthday to you. Today's Jeffrey's birthday, by the way.
To
many more.
So Jeffrey he had someone do a chargeback on something that they purchased from him. And the tracking,
the insanity of it all.
Yes.
What's a chargeback?
Well, Jeffrey,
they contacted their credit card company saying that it was a fraudulent purchase.
They can do it on PayPal too.
Yeah.
They can contact PayPal and say, I didn't purchase this. And yeah. Years ago, I had that happen on eBay. Actually, it was when eBay was still using PayPal, and they waited so long that it was no longer on eBay, because you get 3 months window of opportunity with anything on eBay. But with PayPal, you had 180 days to make a claim against something. So they made a claim. I don't know what this is. I didn't make this purchase, fraudulent, whatever. And I couldn't dispute it because I no longer had any eBay information. The tracking number was over. Everything had expired except for the PayPal's statute of limitations.
Wow.
But luckily, it was like a $12 thing. I was like, why are you going through all this for $12? Like, really? But they did.
Yeah. Well, and the thing like on eBay is like, someone can make you an offer and you accept that offer, and then they don't ever have to pay for it. You're like, wait a minute. And then
you're tied up for 3 days with it though, sitting there.
Right. And especially when it's something that's a seasonal thing. Like that happened a lot, like around, like right before Christmas, on eBay, when something like Christmas sold, and you're like, come on, we're not unlimited. I mean, I know Christmas sells all year round, but I mean, it sells better, during the holiday season. And then you're like, times it. And I even, on this last person that didn't pay on eBay, I sent them a message through eBay, which you always should do. You only go through eBay messaging, and said, listen, if you want to cancel your order, just cancel your order. I just want to get this listed again, and nothing. So it was either somebody that watches my content that doesn't like me screwing with me, but it was someone that did have feedback. So I don't know. It's weird. Jeffrey said, I should be okay. It was $125 order, but I have PayPal seller protection. Hopefully that's what they say. Yeah, hopefully. You never know though.
I know.
But it is frustrating. And here's the thing, and a lot of people had said when when we had brought this up, well, I had it in my vlog. I almost got the box cutter out, Dee, but I thought, no, that's Dee's moment. Because I reopened everything back up, and I was like, no. But a lot of people have messaged me and said, or put in the comments, that those people should be blocked. They are. And the frustrating thing is you see them at other sales.
And don't you want, like, secretly, don't you want to just say something? Like, you never will.
Absolutely.
But you want to be like, hey, you're the one. Who didn't pay me? My
Yeah.
hundreds of
Well,
dollars.
I
What are you
mean,
doing?
we do have a thread. There
Right.
is a thread,
we
so
talk.
people are aware.
Oh,
And
we
you know
let
what?
each other know when that stuff happens.
It's up
Well,
to
that's-
the channel to decide whether or not what they want to do. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a seller beware kind of
Right.
a thing.
That's exactly it. Because at the end of the day, how do you? That's the thing. Because the same person that didn't pay me is the same person who didn't pay Misty. So then we're in agreement. But then it's like if they're
who's to
buying
say
from
they're not
D and
gonna-
they're regular and Jamie, then why would Jamie and D block them? But at
Right.
least they're aware, so that if they're having then they're like, oh, you know what?
Yeah. I might write down
Yeah.
the backup name.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Well,
Like,
I don't. If it's somebody that I don't recognize, before I'm doing my shipping, I'll go through my email and type in their name to see if I have their information. If I don't have their information, then I don't even wrap it. I just
Yeah.
keep it on the table next to me and I wait
Good
to
idea.
before
Right.
I'm wasting that materials.
Yeah.
I've
But-
done that, and then they still don't pay the invoice.
Right. Well,
You
and the
know?
thing of it is, a lot of people don't understand that as a seller sees when you've viewed your invoice.
Right.
We know when it says it's been viewed, kind of thing. So we know, hey, Sugar Britches. And I send emails, and this is one thing that if this is happening to you, or if it's happened to you, if you're doing live sales or whatever, if you're even if you're selling something on eBay, I have messaged the buyer, and just know that eBay is keeping they're watching. I mean, they're keeping records of all of your communications. So be professional. Don't be a jerk. I know that you're mad, but just keep it copacetic and professional. But I will send emails and be like, is there a problem? Please email me. I know that they go to spam because it does. It's happened to me. Who was it? It was Ariana. I didn't pay Ariana's invoice. And she was like, Misty. Dummy, no, she didn't do that. But I was like, oh my God. And
I think it happened to me too.
So
With Ariana.
I mean, it's happened to all of us.
We're all
But,
ghosting Ariana. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't pay my invoice. And she was like, I need you to pay your invoice.
She emailed me and she was like, it seemed strange that you hadn't paid it yet.
I just had that happen. I just had that happen with a buyer. She usually pays me like right away, and she didn't pay me. I sent her 2 reminders. I didn't hear a thing, and I'm like, a lot of my buyers are older, so I'm thinking, oh my God, I
what
hope
happened?
She's
happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she was at my sales Saturday. But she
I remember that.
Yeah, and she either didn't get it. I don't know what happened, but she was like so embarrassed,
Well,
I don't know what happened, but
it Ariana. Misty's on Ariana. We are all both on it. But the thing of it is, we make mistakes. Like I entered in an email wrong.
Yes.
And it happens. But the thing of it is, just communicate. And I've kind of said this a lot. I've said this several times. Make something up.
No, God.
I know Michael hates it when I say that all the time, but I'm like, just don't.
No.
Not reply to my email.
There you go.
Right.
That's what I mean. Just say something.
Just communicate. Communicate.
Communicate.
There's
something.
nothing worse than being ignored.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't make things any better.
Right.
My dog ate my paycheck. That's a good
Something.
Okay, then I'm just gonna, thanks for letting me know.
Yeah.
Listen, I have worked and I will work with people if I will. I won't go beyond a week because I gotta get this stuff out of here. But I will work with people if there is a problem that has arisen.
Well, that's the thing though, is that I think we're all familiar with life. Life doesn't not happen to anybody. So it's just one of those situations. And again, I don't think that you owe anybody an explanation per se, because
Yeah.
look, at the end of the day, if you can't pay something, you can't pay it. It doesn't matter why. Do you know what I mean? And I think a lot of times people try to expound upon it to try to like soften the blow, but it's just like it is what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? I can
Say you
work
can't.
with, right, I can work with, I got a choice.
Yeah.
But if you're just like ghosting me or doing whatever, then there's nothing that I can do. And it's
Right.
unfortunate because then you're like, well, we can't conduct business anymore.
Right.
Oh, Karen's like, I
Communication.
stay stressed until the invoice is paid. Listen. If you don't stress out about it, just periodically go in and check and listen, because that's what I have to do. Because ask Ariana, I didn't pay my invoice. I have to go in and periodically, and I'm on PayPal every gosh darn day, and I still didn't. So every once in a while, just periodically pop in and be like, okay, everything's good. Okay, and check your spam. I mean, even as a reseller, check your spam. I have been like, they didn't send me their information. But they did. It was in my spam, and I didn't check it. So check your spam, and because that has happened. I guess what my point is, we make mistakes. And Susan's bless her heart, she did. I think you contacted me. You're like, did I buy something from you? I don't remember. Listen, we know that we see a lot of your faces at our sales and a lot of people's sales, and we do appreciate it. But you know, it isn't. I will never ever get mad if you send me an email. Did I buy something from you?
Oh
Never.
Yeah.
Right.
Or, hey, I didn't get my invoice. Is everything okay? But again, that's a two-way street. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know that you got something and you're excited to get it and you haven't gotten your invoice, you know, sometimes saying, hey, Carrie, is
No.
that if you reach out and it's like, well, yeah, I sent it, and then you check and you're like, oh my gosh, just as Missy was saying, you know, we do make mistakes. Maybe there's a typo. Maybe we didn't have your contact information. So, you know, it never hurts. People aren't going to get upset with you trying to like be proactive, or shouldn't be upset with you being proactive. You know, it's
No.
in a seller's best interest to make sure that they get the invoice out to you.
I want to say, because I forgot to say this, but if you have a question or a comment, put it in all caps. That we want that, because I won't see it, or I'm trying to, but sometimes I miss things. And I will say one thing that I don't like about PayPal. I mean, there's several things I don't like about PayPal, but the one thing that I don't like about PayPal is if you say I send an invoice on Thursday, which I always do. If you don't open that invoice until Friday, it will say that it's late.
Yeah.
I don't know why, and I know that that's irritating because it is.
Because it's supposed to be due upon receipt.
That's why it says late. So that isn't anything that any seller has put in. That is a PayPal thing,
Right?
Because
Right.
it's due upon receipt, which I'm not going to change because it is due upon receipt. I mean, it is. I mean, that's when it's due. So I mean, don't get. I mean, I know that that's like, oh, that's harsh, but that's not us. It's PayPal. It's PayPal. Okay. Oh, Karen said, I forgot this. Wait, Karen, what happened? Go. Oh, hi, Patty girl. What? Karen said, I forgot the letter C in Sarah's email, and I didn't realize. See, we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
We do. The main thing is just communicate. Just be like, did I buy something from you? Now, if I get an email from you every single week, I'm gonna be like, girl, keep track. I won't, because and listen, I want to make something very, very clear too, just so you guys know. And I think that I know that everybody on the screen feels the same way. I don't want anybody to ever think that they're coming to a live sale and you have to buy something.
Oh,
You
no.
never have to buy
Right.
a thing. We appreciate it. We are grateful for it, but you don't ever feel obligated. You being there and watching the video, being, communicating in the chat, hitting the thumbs up, that is support. That is support. So don't ever feel like you have to to buy anything. But another thing that I wanted to bring up was it's something that we have seen, and that is a little bit of like what I consider sort of like borderline. Well, it is bullying. It is when people are in the chat and somebody might be buying up a lot of things and they're like, oh my God, we've talked about this before. Go to bed, or, oh, don't bother buying anything now because that's rude. Don't make those comments. And you may be joking around and it may be like, I didn't mean it that way, but it's so hard to tell tone in a printed statement. So you could be saying like, oh, go to bed, Michael, geez. And you're saying it in a joking way, but it's not appearing that way. You can't tell someone's tone in
Go to bed, Michael, now.
Go to bed now.
Well,
Right
no,
now.
but I think that is important. But at the end of the day, you have to keep in mind though, and you know what, this is Vintage Rescue Squad, so I'm going to be truthful with you. Is sometimes when that happens, it can be a bit disconcerting as the seller, because at the end of the day, if I were to have a brick and mortar store and somebody were to come in and I had the items on a shelf and they said, I want X, Y, Z, and you know what? Let me go ahead and take A, B, and C. To me, as a small business, I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. I can't believe this. Do you know what I mean? And that doesn't change. While I don't have a brick and mortar, we very much, our brick and mortar is the live sale. So it is to us as a seller, as a business, it has the exact same impact. We have the exact same appreciation that it's small biz happy dance when that happens. And that doesn't mean that I don't want to have as many people come in and have as many things available to as many people. It's in my best interest to do that, of course. But I can't be like, oh, sorry, no. Two item limit. 2-item limit. Because then I've got to apply that to everybody. And then nobody, and then the more rule, but
I also think that another thing that would fall into that sort of the same category is when people snipe.
Yeah.
A lot of
the
people
sniping.
get really, really mad if someone comes in and snipes, but that's part of the game. That's part of it. I mean,
it is.
It really is. And I mean, do I feel bad for the person that didn't get the item? Of course I do. But, you can't turn around and be mean to the person that got the item. You know what I mean? It's part of the game. You have to know how to play the game.
It is. It's no difference than when you go to a physical with like a face-to-face auction.
Yeah, right.
And there is, I mean, I've gone to an auction and I've said this before, and somebody else is bidding on it, and it might be someone that like is buying everything, and in your mind you're like, oh. And then sometimes I'm like, not today, not today, And then then we're like, well, that was dumb. Why did I do that for? And I think that you never, and I hope that buyers never feel like they have to, be like, well, I'm going to look at me buying this and buying this. Please don't do that. Just buy what you want to give as a gift, what I just, we all have a lot of stuff,
Right.
We all like to buy a lot of stuff. Primrose or Sandra, yes, I, as a business, you should not be doing friends and family. If you have a CPA, they will say, no, that is not. First of all, you are putting yourself at risk to not have that seller protection when you are doing something friends and family. So don't.
I mean, I wouldn't.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just going to speak for myself. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially if it's somebody that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know you. I ain't just going to send you money.
Family.
Yeah.
Like, I know you ain't neither one. I don't know. Thank you. No. But to also keep in mind, and I don't know if a lot of people are aware of this, but this is for buyers and sellers. It actually, and you know what? I'm going to have to relook it up. So let me not. But at one time, it actually was a violation of PayPal
It is.
to charge to say, well, you have to pay the fees. So the item is $10, but you have to pay the additional $5 because I'm going to get hit with the fees. So I have to upcharge you because you're paying for the fees. And I know that used to be more popular back in the day. I don't really know if a lot of people are doing that anymore.
Well, I think that you this is a business. You need to run it like a business. If it's a side hustle, it's still a business. You still have to pay taxes on it. So it is a business. So you have to treat it professionally like a business. And to do that, I think that you're going to have to pay fees. I mean, that's just the way that is running a business. You have expenses, and that is part of that expense.
If you have a store, brick and mortar store, you pay fees too.
Yes.
On the credit card machine, you pay fees.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if those, like the PayPal fees, if you're selling online and the PayPal fees are making and breaking you, there's something else wrong with the way you're selling. You're not making enough profit. You're not pricing your things right. You don't have a big enough audience, whatever. There's something else wrong if that 3% whatever from PayPal is destroying you to the point where you're like, oh, I got to do friends and family. You're not doing it right. Your business isn't, the profit margin isn't big enough for
something
you.
Something isn't. Yeah.
Something is amiss.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's the thing. And don't forget, to whoever is watching now or in replay, is that the people that you're seeing on the screen and a lot of the resellers that you are seeing in the chat, it is a business to them. And at the end of the day, just because this is how we choose to do it does not mean that it is the one and only way. You can reach out to people. If you want them to pay for friends and families, and you can charge them the additional fees because you don't want to cover it. The only thing that I would say though is that if you really want to take whether it's a hobby, whether you think it's a business, but if you're finding yourself struggling or wondering why you're not getting repeat buyers, why you're not getting new buyers, is because people just don't want to deal with that as a customer. Yeah. So that is something to take into consideration. You don't have to, but then you got to be good with where you're at and slim to none. Right. Yeah.
Knickknacks and kitty cats. I love saying knickknacks, kitty cats. I love saying it. So how do you decide who you have as guest resellers? Seems like the same people. Have you ever thought about having your loyal buyers as a guest? Well, this is Vintage Rescue Squad, and we're going to be honest. And I'm actually thinking about I'm not making any announcements because it's something that I'm just thinking about. Misty normally, when Misty hasn't, Michael knows this, when Misty has an idea, Misty just jumps in with all of her, Misty doesn't think about it. Misty just is like, I'm going to do it. But I'm not doing that this time. Misty is thinking about it. It's a new day for Misty, but I may change up some things. I'm not going to say what it is, but it does, when it says it seems like it's the same people. So that is one drawback on having a sale with other people and opening up your circle a little bit, is it does make you a target. And we've heard, oh, it's a click. Well, it isn't. The thing of it is, I have to have sales with people that I know that have the same, I don't know, mindset that I do. And honestly, there are so many
business ethics. It's like, just business or business practices.
Yes. And me, like Dee and I have had sales together, but I'm like, God, I should have a sale with Dee here soon. But typically what I've been doing is if I have a sale with someone, then I just go ahead and rebook them for the next sale. If I have it, then I just rebook them. But I'm slowing that down. I'm not going to make any announcements or anything tonight, but that's something that I'm doing. Also, having your loyal buyers as a guest, I've done that. I've had my moderators on, and I got a lot of hell for it. I got a lot of people that were mad. I got a lot of messages. I got mad. And honestly, I kind of want to keep my buyers. I don't know that I I want to make more competition for myself, listen, I will always promote other resellers. I will always say there's enough room in this game for everybody. And that's absolutely true. But you have to have some limitations to it. You do. You have to draw the line somewhere. And I don't feel comfortable having a sale with someone that I don't really know. Like I've not had a conversation.
You're literally meeting for the first, if you will, quote unquote, meeting for the first time on camera while you're conducting business. But
that could go
here
wrong.
real quick. And
Oh,
what happens though, and I think, it's interesting because I find that a lot of times, a lot of the criticism comes from people who actually would not do the same. Do you know what I'm saying? So they would criticize not having on more people, yet don't have any people on. Do you know what I mean? And so it's I think it's a bit ironic in a comedic sense that, to each their own. If you feel like somebody isn't spreading the love around enough, then you know what you should do? Spread the love around. Right? Instead of saying, Misty, Michael, Dee, Jamie, you're not doing enough. It's not your duty to tell somebody else that they're not doing enough. The only duty, the only obligation that you have is that if you feel there's something lacking in the world, guess what? You can do that. You can throw in there, you can get down in there, you can reach out to these strangers. Don't worry about who they are. Don't worry about, are they going to ship stuff? Don't worry about, are they going to pack it right? Don't worry about none of that. It's just business. I'm sure that everything that you've worked hard for, right? People are going to be okay with that. And when it goes wrong, I'm sure those people, they're not going to reach out to you. They're not going to say, wow, why did you have that person on? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, but I also understand what knickknacks and cat. I mean, I understand I understand that concept. And trust me, I have learned the hard way. Michael is and Jeffrey, they're constantly telling me, girl, rein it in a little bit. But I don't know. I don't know. I've always said there is room for all of us. There's all kinds of stuff out there that could be peddled. We all can do this. Now, not everybody can do it full time, and not everybody can, make their full-time living at it. And it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot. And I don't think a lot of people understand the amount of work. I mean, if you're having multiple live sales a week, it takes me about 12 to 14 hours on a Thursday to get everything shipped. That's a lot of time. I'm telling you, the secret is, hi, Zeno. Listen, I told Zeno, the secret to having a productive shipping day is, Michael, do you know what it is? I've told you.
Oh, I don't know what I was reading comments.
What do
Busted.
What do we listen to, Michael?
He wasn't taking notes.
What music
what music are you listening to when you're shipping?
Yeah.
She usually will listen to like old school stuff. Like sometimes there'll be big band on. Sometimes she'll have her Liberace. But it's all like, she loves like the old stuff.
Yes.
And it's going to be playing on the turntable.
60s, 70s, and 80s. That's what I like to listen to.
I mean, that's the secret. Don't put your TV on.
Yeah.
Don't. I do Marco Polo quite a bit, but I can do that. But, don't put your TV on. I've been doing a lot of audibles. I've been doing a lot of books through Audible, which I really, really enjoy. I've gotten through a lot of books during shipping. So just don't eliminate your distractions. Yes. And you can get it done.
I won't. She'll be like, oh, I know you're doing your shipping. And that means, well, I might hear from him in 2 hours, maybe not. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? But that's priorities, right? Priorities. I need to get that done that way when it comes to communicating with my friend, then I have the time to do that. Do you know what I mean? But you have to allocate it, you have to schedule it. and you can't always let oh gosh, this is going to sound weird, but you can't, when you're at work, when you clock in somewhere 9 to 5, you're not like on the phone with home or with the friends, right? Because you clocked in. And that's the same thing here. And I think a lot of it is because so many of us are doing it from home. It's that there's no distinction, but you have to mentally get there to be a distinction between, no, I got to work right now. I might be working in my home, but I'm paying my bills right now, and everything else has got to wait. You've got to make that distinction for you. And it's hard when you're doing it from your home. It is hard.
It's hard.
Hard.
I'm very blessed to be able to have a separate space, but I did it from my home. I did it from right here on this table, and I had everything in bins, and I would drag my bins out, and then they would be stacked up right here behind me. My paper, my bubble wrap.
That's what I do now. I
drag it out
in my kitchen.
Yeah.
That's my spot. I set everything up, and then I just go until I'm done. Even if I take a break to eat, I'm eating and I'm packing at the same time. Hopefully nobody gets any food shrapnel in their package.
Well, lettuce never hurt nobody.
Yeah.
You know, and I want to say though too, you know, I got an email today, something that I had shipped arrived broken. And I mean, I will say, I will pat myself. I do wrap things very, very well. I don't over tape things. I use enough paper padding, but sometimes things still get broken. It does. I mean, it does happen. And I know that it does affect your middle line, your
bottom
line.
But I just refund the buyer. But I ask for pictures and you get pictures. You can try to file a claim with USPS, but good luck with that. And I just take it as a loss, and you just refund your buyer. And, you know, you keep, and I don't say everybody stays happy, but it isn't the buyer's fault. They shouldn't have to be out any money.
Right.
No. And I had a breakage from a Whatnot sale. And the good thing about Whatnot is they do kind of handle all the shipping issues. Yeah. So I contacted them. They refunded the buyer immediately. I don't even know what happened after that, but they got their money back. But what happened was it was a record. Unfortunately, packaged really well. The buyer even said it was packaged great, but their mail carrier bent it in half to put it in the mailbox. They literally
that's not cool. Like
folded a record in half. Snapped
that's
it.
disrespectful.
Isn't that awful? So it's like,
wow.
What can anybody do about that? You know, so. That was a bad one.
Right. Well, and it's not your fault. It's not the buyer's fault.
Right.
But you know, you want your buyer. Now listen, the customer isn't always right, but you want your customer to be happy. And a happy customer will be your return customer.
Yeah.
I swear to you, I'd be down in that post office. I would be down
I'd be saying,
that post office.
I was like, do I really need to get do not bend stickers for records? Is it not obvious? But
Jamie, do you have a Rolo, Jamie?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's what you do. This is what I did. You can go on Amazon and you can order a blank little stickers.
Yeah.
And they're little rectangle stickers.
Yeah.
And then you can print off, and I can even, because Emma did mine because I don't know how to format it. I can email it to you. And then you just print them off and it just says, please do not bend. And you get like,
yeah, send me that file.
2,000 of them for like $6.
Yeah.
You print them on your Rolo. So
my Rolo, it came with those the long oblong little ones.
Yeah.
So I have a bunch. I didn't know what to use with them, but that's a good idea.
You can get green ones and pink ones. And
mine didn't come with those size stickers.
Yeah. So
of course, I probably wouldn't know how to format it. So
I don't either.
Same, Dee. Same.
Yeah,
I can do it.
I just write it. You know, do not bend.
I can't do it.
But shouldn't it be obvious not to bend a record?
You know, you would think. You would think.
Yeah. That would have been difficult. Like they had to have put some torque.
Force. Like they were straight up having a bad day.
They were having a day for sure. They may have quit.
Here's an idea. Maybe they already have this, but wouldn't this be great? Cameras on your mailbox.
Oh. We'll
then
have a
you'd
ring
be like,
doorbell.
look
I can
what
see you
you
when they're
did.
delivering stuff.
You bent this. And I have it on film.
Proof.
I don't know. They're gonna be, it wasn't me. It was too. I have it on film. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go, Angela. We both highlighted it. Oh, there it is.
We are watching with some eyes on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, Nan. I love you, Nan. Hello, Nan. Nan, I look at your baby's pictures every day and just like I have them right up on my computer. Okay. I wrote other things down. Okay, so let's talk about okay. So do you guys oh my gosh, what happened? Did you fall?
No, I have my
She's sitting
plugged in
down.
on my phone, and it said low battery, so it's not charging. So I was trying to unplug the charger to see if it's working now, but I don't want to knock my camera off again. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Just gonna plug it in.
Oh, okay, it's working now. So
oh yay. So Pirate Ship offers good supplementary. You have to pay for it. You know what? I don't ever pay for extra insurance because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It's not their fault. It's not their fault. It doesn't matter. It's not their fault that postman snapped a record in half to get it to right, because you should have wrote "do not bend" on it. You should have. I mean, really. Seriously, Jamie.
I know. I do ship a lot of things ground. There you go.
Immediately went out and got those.
I ship a lot of things ground because it is cheaper and it isn't going to matter. So, so look at that. Sarah, when was the last time you got USPS? I've given up trying. I don't even try anymore because it was such a rigmarole. The customer has to do this and you have to do that. And you have to get this and you have to get that. And then the customer has to take it to the post office.
Yep. In the packaging. In the packaging.
Right. Did you notice though that before the pandemic, I had no problem getting a refund. No problem at all. I would send the pictures and I got my money. Now, oh my God, forget it. You might as well try to climb Mount Rushmore to try and get a refund from the post office.
Yeah, but listen, if you are a seller and something arrives broken, ask your buyer for I don't care if you talk to them every day, you still want to you just ask for a picture.
Right.
You know, they're going to send it to you. And if anything, it'll help you sleep better at night. You know, okay, it's broken. Judy says, I received a Whatnot package today that looked like someone took a sledgehammer to it. Everything was broken. Not sure who to contact Whatnot.
Yeah.
Contact Whatnot. So they may want you to take pictures pictures of it. Honestly, a lot of Whatnot, there is, I made a video for Whatnot and they're using it in their shipping tutorial thing.
Yeah.
They edited, I made the video and they edited it. And it's just kind of explaining how to ship glass. I'm not going to take my hat off, but I got to make it look somewhat decent. It's showing you how to ship glass, and you have to have materials. You have to have your bubble wrap. You have to have paper. You have to have packing peanuts. But you do need to have materials.
That's right. You know what? And W Sunshine says there's a different person in charge of USPS than before. That's right. There is a new.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot.
He's all about cutting them costs and.
Yeah. So Gina is asking about, if the customer says they didn't receive the item or it was stolen, is the seller responsible to reimburse? Absolutely not. If that package, if the tracking says that package was delivered to your address,
that's where it was delivered.
Once it leaves me or the seller, we have no control over where that package, if someone takes it off your porch, we're not responsible for that.
No, I always, when that has happened, I say, oh, I'm so sorry. You please contact your post office.
Yep.
That's all I
Right.
can do.
They have
I've done my part.
GPS. When they drop it off, they do it. It could just be down at your neighbor's house too. That's what's, luckily for me, that's the only thing that's ever happened.
Yeah,
is, oh, my
remember them
neighbor,
cupcakes?
I get an email later. Oh, the neighbor brought it to me the next day. It was delivered to the wrong house. No big deal. But
Remember those cupcakes, Michael, Sarah, and David? Anyway, Julie, I watched my mailman toss a box from
Jeffrey.
From his vehicle to my porch. I would have run out my door and
I know, right? Although, wait, let me just reiterate. I did have, when I was in Philadelphia and we did a sale from Philadelphia, Vinny was doing the shipping for us, and an item went to an old address for one of my buyers. He didn't have her new address. So in that case, I did refund her the money for her item because that was our fault. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
That makes sense.
well, somebody at the new address or the old address just got a cool piece of vintage.
Exactly. Because they're not gonna,
they're not gonna send it back, say
No.
this isn't me anymore. No, this
Right.
isn't it.
No. Angela says, I sent Belinda a Hager urn that was wrapped, shrink wrapped, padded galore, and still ended up broken. She sent me pictures. It was severed at the base almost. Even she didn't get it. Right. Even she didn't get it.
Like understand.
She didn't understand how
she
it
didn't
happened.
understand it. She didn't understand why it broke. Yeah, I know. It sometimes it's just, and sometimes, well, no, I'm gonna say it's sometimes at different temperatures. If it's going from like a cooler to a warmer, or
yeah, but some of it, you know what, and I think that we do forget this, is that we are selling vintage and antiques, and just because when we say something doesn't have a chip or a crack, and by all appearances it does not, we don't know what's hiding underneath maybe the paint or the glaze. So they could be there, and then it's just, a normal drop with the packing, no problem. But hey, that's all it took, and then the next thing you know, it happens.
Well, and Blake, my husband, he used to work at FedEx. He worked at FedEx before he became a teacher. He was there for 9 years and saw a lot of stuff. And when I first,
I thought that was Blake saying yes.
a dog outside. When I first started doing this, he said, package everything so that it can be thrown off of a second-story balcony, because it might.
Yeah,
it might. And it's not necessarily a human doing that either. There are conveyor belts that go from a second-story height down, and the packages literally tumble down these conveyor belts. We forget that people aren't just carrying it around on a pillow everywhere they go, and it's vast majority of the processing is with machines. So if it just goes around on a belt wrong and gets stuck in a corner, and then a 70-pound box smashes against it, your box has just become an accordion. So a lot more of it is automated than we realize, and it's not always, we see all the videos, of the angry post person throwing stuff over the fence, but a lot of the breakage is in the machine part of it.
That's why I don't like to use a box and a bag a lot, because I know that those bags are easy to
get caught. Yeah.
No, and then they fling them. Fling them. I know when I take my boxes to the post office, I go to the back of the post office and there are bins, and I just dump out my IKEA bags in the bins. Lately, I've just been leaving my bags in the back. I ring the doorbell 4 times. We have a code. Ring the doorbell 4 times. I leave the bags there. They come and get the bags. Then they take them and they put them in a locker, and I pick them up the next day. So I used to wait out there.
Yeah.
And I said, is there a quicker system here? I don't want to stay here any longer.
I think John Robert has an interesting point. However, and there is a however, is that, you want to make sure that you're packaging your things too. And I know that you're being facetious, but,
Yeah.
and here, this is the difficult thing though, is that if we were to do that, it can really increase the cost of shipping,
Yes.
and it's already expensive. So sometimes you're
Fine
caught
line.
in between
Mhm.
going overboard.
Yeah.
And it's just like, in my mind, I'm like, I did as good as I could, economically as I could, knowing that, you know what, if something goes wrong, I got my customers back. And it stinks. I don't want that to happen, but that's just kind of how I work with it.
Yeah.
Because
Well, and
it
you
gets
will put
expensive.
more not care, but you will put more packaging and safety measures in something that's a $500 piece of glass versus a
Yeah.
$12 tchotchke, So if something has enough value to it to warrant going overboard and making it heavier to ship,
Right.
they're already paying $500. They'll be happy to pay another 10 to make sure it's boxed
Yep.
in a box, and you've gone overboard to make sure it doesn't break.
Well, I always go through the analogy. Did you guys ever in elementary school, you had to bring in an egg? Everybody had an egg. And then you had to throw the egg from the top of the building, or the principal did.
Oh,
But
the
you had to
padding.
create a something to protect your egg. So that's, I mean, look, who would have thought that all those years ago in elementary school, that's the lesson that I'd be doing with my career.
Yeah, but you get like one piece of paper. You get like nothing to protect this poor egg. They all smashed to bits.
No, we could take ours home and make our own. I mean,
Oh.
we had to bring in our own. So, all the sides were padded, and yeah,
Oh.
and mine didn't break.
I
I
think
don't remember what I put in it.
I think I skipped school that day. I don't remember
Look at the
doing
little
that.
egg.
I don't remember that either. So
I remember we had
Look at the
a
little
like
egg.
a piece of paper.
Basically,
You
it's
had to
bubble
have
wrap,
one.
paper all the way around.
But that's the
then
thing.
An ice cream cone that
Paper all
smashed to
around,
bits.
bottom, top. And don't make your box too big. I think this is a lot of the problem is people use too big of boxes. They use too big of boxes. I see that a lot.
I've seen that. Yeah.
You need to use a small box. My go-to boxes are 10 by 8 by 6, 8 by 6 by 4, 7 by 7 by 6, and 12 by 12 by 8. That's the biggest box I use, but sometimes I have to double those depending on what's being, but 8 by 6 by 4, 10 by 8 by 6, 7 by 7 by 6, sometimes 10 by
You're
7.
getting them boxes off of Amazon, aren't you?
Yes, but I'm looking into getting them in bulk. But I'm going to be paying. I looked into one. I'm going to be paying like $300-$400, but I'll be stocked.
Yeah.
I won't have to worry about it. I'll be stocked. I like to keep those sizes. I think my son put a parachute on his eggs, Jeffrey. Thank you, Jess. Use an appropriately sized box. Bigger is not best. No, it's not better. It isn't better.
Well, and you have to pad it more if it's bigger so that everything's not rattling around in there. That's
I'm on a whatnot support group. Jamie, are you in that one on Facebook?
Support group.
Well, not support group. Whatnot for resellers.
No, I'm not
on Facebook. Oh, you should join.
I should be. Yeah.
There's lots of stuff going on. I've seen lots of pictures of packages that are like it's like the
I
boxes.
could show you a few.
They're sending this, and they're sending this in like a 12 by 12 by 8 box with just a little bit of paper. And say this was glass. Say this was a vase. Yeah. A little bit of paper around it, nothing taped to it, and it's broken. So
yeah.
Everybody sees me fanning myself. I'm having hot flashes, guys.
You're having a personal summer.
I am a
person.
summer.
That's what my grandma used to call them.
Personal summer. I like that.
Yeah, personal summer. Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown is here.
Hey, where's Snoopy?
Where's Lucy Van Pelt?
Peppermint Peppermint Patty. I'm in Ontario, California.
Oh,
Ontario, California.
there is. Yes.
You're Charlie. I was about to sing "Oh Canada," but I can't now because you are in California and not Canada. Anyway, I purchased from a live sale and it turned out to be a huge mess with the seller. Frustrating, especially when it should have only required copy and paste from PayPal. Well, you have to let us know, Charlie Brown, what that was. I'm curious. Chris says, yes, I've been receiving big boxes for small items. And that isn't good for you as a customer because you're paying more for that big box. So they need to get smaller boxes.
LaDonna got a 12 by 12 by 12 for 2 metal flower frogs and an Artisina Rinconada figurine.
Why?
12 by 12 by 12 for 2 metal flower frogs. That could have gone in a 6 by 4 by 4.
Yeah.
But see, I think maybe what is happening is that there is just such an influx, especially because of platforms like Whatnot.
Yeah.
There is such an influx of resellers now that maybe have been used to selling in a certain way and they're not used to. So they're like, oh, well, or they're just not, they don't grasp or understand the concept of dimensions. But see, Whatnot doesn't even, that's the problem, is because the only thing that you enter in is the weight, not the actual dimensions of the box.
You do that
so
after
that's, yeah, right. But the customer's already paid based on the weight.
Yes.
So that's the problem. So it doesn't matter. And if that's the box that the seller has, that's the box you're going to get.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I'm very wary of putting items in a box where they fit, but they fit way too tightly. Like they're touching the sides of the box. I don't want them to touch the sides of the box.
Yep,
so I will go to the next biggest box so that they're in the center of the box. And then I put the paper or peanuts around.
Yeah.
Do you say peanuts?
If the box is too tall, I will actually reform the box and fold it down. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
To try and take away some of that extra box. I try to do the best I can as far as boxing up my items.
You want to save your customers as much money as you possibly can.
Right, but I also don't want a chance breakage either.
Right.
So
it's a fine line.
Yeah,
it is a fine
line. A dance.
And it never fails. You're like, say you want to send something in an 8 by 6 by 4 box, but then the 10 by 6 by 4 box is a little bit too big, and it's like, you need a size in between.
Yeah, I get pretty mad when I don't have the right perfect box. I get angry
because I have a big bin of like just random boxes.
Yeah.
Most of them are way too big. I usually use them to use like for ephemera, just to make a rigid
cutting.
Yeah. And then I'm like, I'm gonna have to put something together because I need this certain size of box. Yes, copy and paste. That can be dangerous though, too, like Beth said, because they don't always update their information. And sometimes their information in PayPal is different than their home message. And then they're like, you didn't send it to their, I'm like, well, that's what I sent it to the message in Pirate Ship.
Yeah.
You need to update your PayPal. I can't do that, but I'm sending it to the message or to the address that you provided me.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see. Amazon. Oh God, gosh, Amazon. Oh. They don't put anything in a box. They're just like, oh, I've got makeup on Amazon, and it's in a box this big, and then the eyeshadow is busted.
Yeah, that's the worst.
And then they put the random air pillows with some brown paper.
Just sloshing around in there.
Yeah, with some brown paper, and cracks me up. Why would you send a box this big for an item this big? I don't get it.
Yeah.
But I
is.
do enjoy getting the boxes because it's
Yeah.
free boxes.
Yeah. And the pillows. And the
So-
pillows.
And the big ones are expensive if you want to go buy a real big box. Sometimes I'm
Right.
like, oh, sweet. Amazon sent me a huge
Okay.
box.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
Let's talk about peanuts, y'all.
I
Okay.
use peanuts.
I'm team peanuts, and I'm
They're
proud.
herpes. They're herpes.
I have a big box of peanuts, but I don't use them. I just prefer paper. But let's see
Yeah.
let's see. Do you mind getting peanuts in your boxes? Curious. We can This
Yes.
is where we pull the curtain back
Yeah.
and we're being honest. So
I personally do not care what somebody puts in there as long as it's clean and my stuff isn't smashed to bits.
Right.
So if there's something, there are certain times where I will use peanuts, and I use the
Peanuts are.
biodegradable ones. They're edible, not real peanuts, but the ones made out of
Cornstarch.
cornstarch. Yeah,
Oh.
those are the ones that I get. And sometimes I want it to be like a pillow in there. I want it to be super fluffy and soft for whatever breakable thing is in there. Sometimes the paper seems a little too harsh, and I'm afraid it's going to crush it. So if I can, I use paper, but there are times where I use the peanuts. I admit.
I use both.
Yeah.
I usually will put some peanuts in the bottom for cushioning, then put my items in, and then I'll go around with paper, and sometimes I'll top it with peanuts.
yeah.
So I use both.
I think the issue is with the peanuts is that it's messy. When
I
you're
know people hate them.
When I'm opening my box and it has peanuts in it, I'm like, I gotta bend over. I gotta bend over.
I feel like the biodegradable ones aren't as messy.
They're
don't
not.
They're gonna
No.
rip apart and make the snow.
And
They
If
don't get
anything,
the
they just kinda,
static
like, melt.
cling.
Yeah.
I love
But
it.
And,
still, I know
feel
people still hate
free.
'em.
If you guys, save up the peanuts and send them back to me. I'll pay
Jeez,
for the shipping. I mean, that would be awesome.
I do like the air pillows, and you can buy a big bag of air pillows on Amazon for really cheap, and they don't.
My air pillows always pop every time.
I don't trust
know
air
why.
pillows. Yeah.
I like to use them if I'm using something like in a shoe box, I like to put them down there on the bottom, but I'm pretty much just paper and bubble wrap.
Bubble wrap. Yeah.
They do clean with everything. There was one night, Mabel, every time she walked around, she had peanuts everywhere. And she's like, get the peanuts off of me.
The only thing I don't like is they're staticky, and it says anti-static, and they lie. Because they're like sticking to my hands, and I'm going like this trying to get them off. But I mean,
Oh no,
and they're lighter than paper.
Don't highlight it, but just do you see what Tammy said there? Girl, you're in the New York State. You got to watch out there.
Why?
Oh, that's
What's
a
Tammy
thing.
say?
Dee only uses recyclable peanuts. Thank
Of
you.
course.
Oh, only recyclable peanuts.
Did you see Miss Pamela said that something came in a fast food bag?
Oh,
you see that comment?
Ew.
That happened to Blake off of eBay recently. He ordered a reel-to-reel tape, which, first of all, lots of times when he orders those on eBay, they come just in a envelope and can get really messed up. Like they need actual padding. This came in an envelope wrapped in some sort of a smelly bag. It smelled like rotten garlic, Chinese food. I don't know what it was. It smelled horrendous. And he took it out of the box, and I was like, what are you doing? Get that out. He had to go to the garage with it because it reeked. It was rotten food smell on a reel-to-reel tape. He had to like air it out.
Ew.
It was rancid.
Well, I've bought from people that are smokers, and I was a smoker.
Oh yeah.
And I opened the box, and all I could smell is cigarettes.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a turnoff. I mean, I really wouldn't want my buyers smelling cigarette smoke and nicotine when they open their box. And I'm not down in smokers whatsoever. I was one. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, keep your packing materials away and out from the cigarette smoke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's, that's that's yucky when you
Yeah, and
open that.
I don't like the confetti. Oh, no confetti.
Oh yeah, confetti. Yeah, no.
Glitter. Should we be putting glitter in our
Oh.
packages?
Because that's not
Explodes.
fun to clean up. Tammy says I use Packy Peanuts for her assemblages. I had seen, and I think I've gotten a couple of things from Daniel. I don't know if he's still here, but it was a sort of like a brown corrugated paper.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, I've got some of that.
So
Yeah.
that might be good to use for assemblages because it's very malleable and you can like push it down in little crevices. So anytime I get a
right by my shipping closet.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. That netting.
And so I think it makes it stronger for like little things like that. That might be, what's that called? Is it just called shipping netting?
I forget what it's called. They sell it on Amazon.
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Eco wrap.
Yeah.
Eco wrap. So someone said something about the packing peanuts. That I could get in trouble for the packing peanuts?
Wow. I think that New York State that are you getting that? Are you purchasing them online?
Yeah.
Your peanuts?
I buy them on Amazon.
Oh, they're going to come after you.
Yeah, they're going to get you, girl. I don't like if you tried to get them in the state of New York, you wouldn't be able to find them in a store. I think it's probably against state law to sell and distribute.
Probably. Not
non-biodegradable packing peanuts, but it's not like against the law to use them.
It's like the plastic bags.
I was going to say, they leave them in my bins out on the side of my house, and you can see them.
They're trying to get you, D. They're setting you up, girl. They're setting you up. Watch out.
The biodegradable ones, are those the ones that are like tubular shaped?
Yeah, they're white.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And you get them, and if you get them brand new, they smell like fresh baked cookies.
It does. It smells like baked goods when you
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can eat them.
It smells good.
You can eat them, but I don't recommend it.
No, you can eat. You could eat them, but I don't know why you'd want to.
Yeah.
But when you're done, when you get a box and you have those in there, just put them in water and they dissolve. They're gone. You don't even need to throw them away if it's making a mess. Open your package over the sink and let it go in the sink and then just rinse them down the sink.
Well, maybe I'll start buying those instead. I didn't even know that they were not biodegradable. Can you tell I'm not an environmentalist, unfortunately.
You're forced to be in California. You have to. You have no choice.
Some of these horror stories I'm seeing about the way that the things that are being used, and where in the world are y'all buying this stuff from?
Lisa got something wrapped in a frozen chicken bag.
Oh, I would throw the whole thing in the trash.
Lisa, was this a whatnot seller? I'm gonna go out on a limb. Was it a whatnot seller?
Yuck.
Yuck, thank you, Lar.
Well, see, when Lar buys from me, she doesn't have to worry because Blake hand delivers it to her house because she lives near me. She lives on the way to Blake's work. So I'm like, hey, take this breakable, fragile Christmas tree to Lar.
Jamie, in 2024, I'm coming to Anaheim. I'm gonna be in San Diego at the end of January.
Those two places aren't near each other.
I know, but okay. But I'm gonna go get those. I'm gonna go get those tortillas from the lady in Old Town.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope she's still there.
If she's not, there's someone else. There's a lot of them.
Oh, Daniel says it's called Echo Wrap.
A lot of tortillas.
Echo Wrap.
Yeah.
Yum, yum, yum. Tortilla.
Aren't they the best fresh homemade tortillas?
With nothing on. Just a
nothing better.
Well, do you want another one? Yes.
Yeah.
I would like 3 more of them, actually.
If you get them, here's an extra special trick. If they're fresh, the flour tortillas, fresh, warm, put a little butter and a little sugar on them and roll them up and eat them like that.
Oh.
Oh my God, they were so good. Okay, let's see. Can you tell us more about the Springfield meetup? Oh, can't. 'Cause Jamie-
Exciting.
Jamie.
No, they can't.
D,
So
you should come down. It's not too far, right?
Ohio.
Cindy from Mimi's Treasure Cottage asked
Yeah,
me
she's
about
coming.
going. And she said, but I would have to be brought to Ohio. I have no way to get to Ohio. I don't drive on the thruway. And I would have to fly. Like I told Michael, I would have to fly to PA, and then he would drive to Alabama to go see Pamela. So I would have to fly to Ohio. And I'm already going to Texas in October.
Yeah.
So
Well, I tell you what, you'll have time to plan because the spring extravaganza, I think, is better than the fall extravaganza. So, and that is in April. So maybe work something.
Wow, way to really sell the meat up there, Misty.
No, I mean the reason why is because I think the weather is better because it's not. I mean, it was hot last year.
I got a feeling it's going to be hot this year too.
That's why we, doing the meetup in the morning when we're like,
Fresh.
Yet.
and and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was hot. But so anyway, I love Old Town in San Diego too. And Sandy, my flipping van life, is going to be there.
Yes.
Did I hear that Mick was going to be
I think next year.
there? Okay. Okay.
So, Jean, the meet up, the official actual meet and greet is going to be Saturday. It's Saturday,
May.
and it is the 16th. May 16th is September 16th.
I need to look at a calendar.
Saturday, September 16th, 8:30 a.m. until 11 a.m. when it'll be the coolest of the day. Under the food tent, you are going to have 10 YouTube live resellers that will be available for the meet and greet. So
it's the 17th. 16th.
The 17th. It will be the 7th.
There you go.
Go ahead, technology.
Look at
Hey
me
guys,
go.
there it is.
Look at me go.
Michael, you said it was May, and it's September.
I got confused. Zeno said May, and I was
wait a minute.
reading
I
as
didn't know it was in May.
There's two of them. Oh, Ariana, please get Pam to go.
Jury duty.
Pam can sleep on my couch.
No, she's gonna stay in my room.
Yeah, she'll stay in your room.
Mm-hmm.
Please, Miss Pamela, please come.
I'm mad about all of
All
this.
of y'all that wants to come.
I know.
I want to go so bad.
And if
Well, come on, Jamie. Forget the kids. Forget Blake. Just, you know what? Throw caution to the wind and say deuces.
I'm blaming football for all of this. Football is the problem. Football has ruined everything. Hi.
Oh, hello. Hello, sir.
Oh, that's my son.
Hi, son.
Oh, I was like, what?
There's 508 people saying hello to you right now.
Hi. I was just coming in to complain about my boss.
Oh, no.
We'll do it live.
Here's the place.
Well, pull up a chair. We love complaining here.
You're not working overtime? Because I leave weekend, bro.
Oh, Lord.
Where's he work? What's the address?
He works construction.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I'm trying my best to make it happen, baby.
Please, everybody, pray for Miss Pamela.
Come on, girl.
Oh, yeah. Val's bed, or not? No. Sandy's bed has already been claimed because Val's going to be there. Did you know that, Michael?
Stop it. There's too many fun people.
Val is coming. Kennedy's Castle.
Shooting. Wow, this is going to be
Let's keep talking
Huge.
about how fun this is going to be for all of you.
Oh.
Let's just keep talking about it.
Lisa said, if you don't have anything nice to say, come sit
Come
next
sit
to me.
next to me.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. Oh, Leslie said, do you think my brides would postpone their weddings so I could go? Maybe not.
Tell
Oh,
'em.
Susan's like, Val? Shoot, dang.
Shoot dang gang, Kennedy's Castle, whatnot seller.
Yeah, okay. So,
Oh,
hi, Alicia. Hope you're doing well. And hello, Amanda, if you are in the room. Hello, hello.
Fat
hello.
woman.
Fat woman. All right. So, what about we talk about?
ready.
I did it a little bit about. Do you, Dee and Jamie? Do you monetize your live sales?
I do.
Do you do it before or after?
Before.
Okay.
You do?
You're gonna trigger Michael.
Oh.
I don't remember you monetizing them.
My live sales?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have commercials. I mean,
But before you post them?
well,
So
I
you
don't
guys,
know.
when Dee, I don't know. Dee was my lunchtime buddy on Saturdays when I was at work. So I would always
back then
I would always
wasn't.
creep. See, I would always creep on Dee's sales on Saturday. Okay.
Yeah, back then I wasn't, but because I didn't know how to do it. But now I do, because everybody says nobody really goes back and watches the lives.
They do.
I mean, some do, but
Well, think about it.
Figured,
If you have, say, 300, 200, 300 people watching your live sale, but then you go back later on that afternoon and then your sale has 1,000 people that have watched it. So those people weren't there
right.
when they were, during your sale. They were watching it after the fact. So I don't monetize mine first, because when we're always telling people refresh.
Yeah, and then
they're like, dang it, I had to watch a commercial.
Yeah.
So I as soon as the sale is over, like as soon as the sale is over, I'm clicking it on to monitor.
Well, that's what I was doing before I figured out how to do it before.
You can also add ads at the middle of a live sale in a YouTube live sale.
Oh, I didn't
really
know that.
I want to make up my own ad. Oh, I want to. I like the next thing that I'm selling, like this. Hello, and this is Baby Secrets. Do you know who she is? I'm going to make my own commercial for the next item that I'm going to be selling. Challenge, Michael. We got to do that tomorrow. It's time for our commercial break.
It's like a podcast.
Do you ever?
Hi, I'm Dee. If you don't pay for your items, you'll answer to me. Bye.
She did. I can clearly remember that day. I was at work. I immediately messaged Misty. I was like, oh my God, I'm dying. You gotta go watch Dee. I'm dying, girl. I'm dying.
Listen,
She had me cackling.
I had no clue that I had this in my hand when I was
it was
Everybody's
iconic.
going, ooh, look at her with the box cutter. I'm going, with the box cutter? What do you mean?
It
and
was
I had to go
iconic.
back and watch the video. And I'm like, oh my God, look at me with that.
I'm just telling you. Oh,
I was like,
Lord.
oh my God, I love that woman.
Oh,
so funny.
My goodness.
it was so organic. That's what just made it so good, though.
I have to unwrap all this stuff. She has that box cutter and she's, listen. That was the best. It was the best. That rant from Dee was gold.
Well, it helps that I'm Italian and I have to talk with my hands, because I wouldn't be able to talk if I couldn't with my hands. So.
Oh, good. Why have hour-long ads?
I actually know the answer to this.
What?
Why?
So hour-long ads are typically what you're going to see is like there are small artisan studios, and they will upload their video onto YouTube. And then YouTube allows all of its content creators, provided they're in the partnership program or that they are monetized, but you can actually advertise your videos on YouTube, meaning that you can edit a commercial. It can be 30 seconds, it could be an hour long, it could be the entire video long. And that then gets inserted as an ad into other content creators. So that's why you're seeing hour-long ads.
And
Because
I
if
noticed,
you,
go ahead.
no, if you watch, if you in an hour-long ad, if you watch like 3 minutes of it, then it like helps the engagement of that channel, and it will actually allow that advertisement then to reach more people. This is why you're seeing really long ads. So they paid for it through Google ad. It's called Google Ad Services, which is available to any content creator, which by the way, you can do. Is if you just have a random video, there are stipulations to it. But any content creator, provided they're monetized,
It's expensive.
it is.
Sure, yeah.
But
And I've noticed it a lot when my kids are watching YouTube. I think that's the kid videos. They're really doing that a lot because they'll be watching one show and I'll walk in, I'll be like, this is not what I put on for you. And it's a whole other show that's been inserted in the middle of the show that they've been watching in the form of an ad. And then, but you can skip it and then, you know, it's gone. But
the kids don't know it.
It's not the thing that I wanted them to watch. So it's not the greatest, but
yeah.
YouTube Premium is the way to go. If you like to watch a lot of YouTube videos, that's, I mean, I just was looking to see how much YouTube Premium is. You can get it, I think, for 3 months for free.
It's like $9.99, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I want to say it's $9.99, and it's the best amount of money I ever spent. That's all we do is watch YouTube. And if you pay for YouTube Premium, it's $9.99 a month, and you don't ever have to watch ads. Completely ad free. So,
oh, what do we feel about the sponsored?
What are your
thoughts about YouTube videos that are sponsored? Do you watch or skip over the speech? I'll usually watch it.
What do you mean? Like this video is sponsored by Baby Secrets.
Right. Right.
Depends on what it is. Sometimes I skip it. Sometimes I don't.
I don't know. I know that I get a lot of requests for sponsored stuff, and I'm like, no. And it's always like exercise clothes, and I'm like, do you think nobody's gonna believe that?
I'm not the target audience for this product.
Mm-hmm.
Me neither. If they had, but then again, that one shirt, I have to get it. It says exercise. I thought you said extra fries.
There you go.
Yeah, I like that. You know, I get them for like, it's a lot of exercise stuff. Oh, and I got one for Instagram, and they wanted me. It was for Chick-fil-A. No, not Chick-fil-A. It was for it. Not In-N-Out Burger.
That's here.
Jack in the Box.
Jack in the
White
Box.
Castle. Okay.
Jack in the Box. And they wanted me to go to the Indianapolis area and take pictures of me eating a cheeseburger. Right. And I got free product. And I'm like, no, that's an hour and a half away. Am I going to drive all the way there?
Send them my way. I will eat
for a free hamburger.
I was like, no.
I'll eat it. Come, give them my address, my number. Give them my email.
Yes, Leanne, I have done the sponsored material for jewelry, and I think I might do that one again because I liked that jewelry. I wear that jewelry all the time. That Julia jewelry. But my thing is, it will not be, and I will never do a dedicated video. I won't do it. I did one for Cricket, and I will never do one again.
Well, I think there's like a difference though too. And a lot of it is that if it's like on brand, do you know what I'm saying? And the content creator is doing it. But if it's something like so wholly off brand, I'm like, what? Like, I'm not begrudging anybody ever making money, but it's not engaging because I'm not here for that, right?
Right. But
I
like,
think eating
I've
food
reached
is on
out.
brand for me.
I've
If there's
reached,
a burrito company that wants to
there you
sponsor
go.
me,
Tiny human. Tiny human.
Well, I have links. I have a link in for all my glasses, you guys. You could get glasses for 50% off if you follow my link, but I always forget to talk about it.
Oh.
There is a link to
Are those from Warby Parker?
No, these are from Zlol. And
Elo.
And I have a link where you can get 50% off your frames. And the frames are like $35. So you're going to get a frame for like $16. You just need your prescription from your eye doctor. But yeah, it's great. I'm obsessed with them. I get coupons and they're like, you can get, I'm like, okay, I need another pair. Do I have a purple pair? No, I don't have a purple pair. Yeah, I do have a purple pair. Anyway. So the glasses, I think, and I had reached out to Rollo about a year or so ago, and they were like, we're not doing that right now.
Oh, Jamie saw that comment.
What comment?
Freddie.
What Freddie say? Oh, down and dirty.
Well, Freddie, what question you got? What question so down and dirty? Let's see the question. Come on. Put it all in caps now. Put it all in caps. I don't know what they
want me to talk about, but
aloha he, aloha ho. Come on now. All in caps. All in caps.
Yeah, I think that Garden Magic, you're right. I mean, I think that you can slide it in, a little bit, but a lot of times the requirements in a sponsorship or even if it's they're giving you something for free, a lot of times it's not. I've had 2 sponsored videos, but where you get paid for it, but most of the time, but there's stipulations. It has to be within the first X amount of minutes in the thing. And
here's your script.
Here's your script. And yeah. So
I got a free Rollo printer. They contacted me actually on Instagram and asked me to be part of their beta program for the new wireless.
Oh, you got the Bluetooth one?
Yeah.
I want that one.
So they sent it to me for free so that I could use it. And then we had to send feedback about it if it was working properly. It was before it was released to the public and we couldn't talk about it. It was all secretive. I had to sign all these waivers and stuff, but I got to keep it and it works great. Wow. So now I have 2 Rollos. I have the wired one and the wireless one.
Score.
The wireless one is cool. It's really
I love
cool.
my Rollo. Oh my God, I love it. It's awesome.
I do too. Misty, what were those candle clump things you showed tonight?
Candle clump things.
Baby secrets?
That was Baby Secret's hair.
Yeah,
that's
her
clump,
hair. All right.
She's a clump.
She's a clump.
Oh, you mean candle clump? Oh, there were these. I'll show you. Candle clump. I like that description there, Jerry. They are these. They were in my video. They are quirks. I love them. They are front porch candles. They're not a sponsor. They don't even know who I am. But I order from them every couple months. Front porch candles. This one is Autumn Cafe. And smell it, guys. Put your nose up there. You smell that?
Wow. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Smells like fall.
They're so good. They're so good.
So those are wax melts?
Yeah, basically? You just put them in your burner.
Okay.
I have some at the shop and I have some here.
I could just hear Jerry asking that. Misty, what are those candle clump things?
I would do a Magic Spoon sponsorship. Yeah, I would. I love a good cereal. Soy milk only, though.
Magic Spoon is a very expensive cereal. I've never heard of it.
It's like all organic, natural.
Karen, did you order some of these or did you order Magic Spoon? Maybe Karen ordered Magic Spoon.
I don't know.
Let me tell you what, I've just recently ordered their body butter. Oh my God. I'm going to order more. It's so great. Love it. So I highly recommend that.
Hey, can I do a shameless plug? Because I haven't checked. I just saw, it just jumped on me. Somebody just said that they subscribed to my channel. Nancy's Attic Treasures. I'm really close to 5,000. I don't know what it's at right now, but I'm really close. So
Let's
if you
get
haven't
her.
subscribed to me, do it.
Go over right now and subscribe to Jamie and Dee's
I
channel
don't know
right
what I'm
now.
on.
Mhm.
I'm
You
close.
do it right now. Little Missy and little misters. You won't be disappointed. Dee is a lot of fun. Jamie is a lot of fun. You will not be disappointed. They're wonderful sellers. So absolutely get on over there. And they have great fun content. I love watching Dee's haul because Dee's hauls are like an hour long. And I love them because you don't have to worry about changing the channel.
Yeah, just put it on, let it run. Yeah.
I love it. It's just there. And she's always like, get a drink, get some snacks,
Go to the
Mhm.
bathroom.
go to the bathroom. I love it. You won't be disappointed.
That's right.
Someone had asked me about, I think it was Carrie. Carrie jumped in and asked about the whole Beavis and Butthead thing. I have not heard anything from them. So I am assuming that they did not use my clip.
Boo.
Boo. The links are in the description. The links are in the description. Jamie's channel is Mid-Century Wasted. Here, let me. Mid-Century Wasted. What's something that's really increased your efficiency? Mountain Dew.
Pre-boxing.
With caffeine.
Yeah.
Pre-boxing. Pre-boxing.
Mm.
Pre-boxing will increase your tail end efficiency.
Pre-boxing.
Yes, ma'am.
Just describe that, Michael.
Yes, please.
So pre-boxing is, so tomorrow morning, I actually have all of my items listed. And what I'm going to do is I am going to put together the box and I will put the paper in it and I will put the item in it. That way I know that that box is going to fit that item and I will put the measurement of the box on my list.
Is this
Now,
for eBay?
No, this is for, well, when I do eBays, I actually do pre-box measure and weigh for my listing. So that also I would recommend. But pre-boxing for live sales is the same thing, except I'm not sealing it because obviously we have to show it. But I will, like, there's a good bit of things tomorrow that'll fit in 6x6x6s. So I make all of those boxes. I put the paper in the bottom and then the item goes in there. And then I will just grab the box. I will show the item and then it goes in there. And I put all of the box dimensions on my listing. That way, on the tail end, which is where we all know you spend the most amount of time, I'm not futzing with the boxes. I'm not futzing with as much paper. I already have my measurements on my list done. I'm telling you, it saves
You should
mad
do
amount
a
of time.
video on that,
What
Michael, so people
But
can
see,
watch
I'm
it.
confused because
What if they buy
What-
more than one thing?
Yes.
right. Thank you,
Right.
Jamie.
If they
I'm glad you were confused too.
If they buy more than one thing, which does happen, think about it like this. A lot of times actually 2 items will fit into the same box. So you just scratch out the one, it still stays the same. If they buy 3 or 4 things, you just take those 3 or 4 things and put them into the larger box. But you're saving, the 17, 18, 20, 25 other things, the time. Right. So I'm trying out sometimes. It can be a little cumbersome because then you got all of the boxes around you, but saving it on the tail end, oh, it's so worth it.
I think I
So worth it.
mentally do that. I definitely think if I'm selling something like on Whatnot, I'll before I'll sell it, I'll be like, do I have a box for this? A lot of times everything goes in one of my standard size boxes that I just have memorized by heart, but if there's something really big and odd, I will find the box for that first before I even show it to anybody or sell it or anything. Because the last thing you want to do is hold up your whole shipping process because you're scrambling for a big box or something. So I will make sure I've got enough boxes, enough materials and all that.
Someone said the links aren't showing up. I will make sure that the links are in there, but their channels are, I know I put them in there, is The Thrill of the Thrift and Mid-Century
mine.
Wasted. Are they on yours? They show me.
I'll find them here. Oops.
I know I put them in there.
Here, Beefy.
Ooh, I'm getting close.
I know she's almost there. So subscribe. Let me see.
Where you looking at?
So Karen is asking while you ladies are looking, what is the hardest part of sourcing items, and has that changed for any of you? You ladies are looking. What is the hardest?
What's the hardest part?
What's the
Finding
hardest part of sourcing? Yeah, right. And has any of that changed?
Oh, they're not in there. I'll put them in there. I'll
Well,
put
let
them
me
in
get
there.
D's. You answer that, D, and I'll get
Well, I mean, finding what you're looking for a lot of times is the hardest thing. It's getting harder and harder to find vintage items in thrift stores. I luck out a lot of times, but I find I have better luck at estate sales and yard sales and stuff like that.
she got it in there.
But and I think too, the prices are going up like everywhere.
Sure.
I know my Goodwill raised their prices like 50, 60, 70 cents per item. So it's getting harder to find things at a good price, you know, and then it's hard for us to offer them to you at a good price when we're paying up for them. So it's getting kind of yucky.
So here is this one. I'm posting. Oh, let me write this in.
My
Well,
hardest part of sourcing is time, because I have 2 little kids and it's been summer and one of them has been home all summer and I'm ready for school to start, let me just say. But you know, once school starts, then I do have a couple days where I can have mornings to go to estate sales. That's where I primarily source from, is estate sales here in Southern California. And they're very competitive and you got to get there early. And so that's hard just with my kids' schedule. So that's the hardest part for me. There is a plethora.
We only need 30 more people. 30 more people on Mid-Century Wasted. We only need 30 more people, you
Come on,
guys.
people.
30.
Thank you, Junk Drunk.
David's gonna say. So I had seen. I had seen. I have heard. I've been talking to a lot of people, and a lot of people have been saying that they can't find anything. It's this. They cannot find anything.
It's here.
For sale. Like that, they would like to have another sale, but they can't find anything to do. And that for me is a foreign concept.
Yeah.
Because I have just so much stuff. So I don't understand that, because I have so much stuff. But I think that that's a really, really concern, that they can't find anything for resale.
It's not but that's the thing though, and Dee was saying it though too. I experienced it the other day. Y'all, I went to this estate sale, or not an estate sale, an auction, and I was there early. I was there at 7:30. I was there to make sure I looked at everything, scoped everything out. I was just like, what is going on right now? Like, things were going way over retail at like just an estate auction. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like some huge auction house or anything. We were at the person's house. There was a tent set up. And I mean, people were paying like twice retail on this. And I was just like,
why?
What is going on? I know. I was like, I know what this stuff is. It's not, do you know what I mean? It wasn't like, what's going on right now? Like, it was insane. It was insane.
Well, and I think that, Mary is right. It's because there are so many people reselling right now. And that's true. And that's true. And that's why I think that it's hard for some people, because listen, you can go and find things, but you have to go and find things that people are wanting. You can't just go and buy anything that you can find at any Goodwill or any Goodwill outlet or any Goodwill store. You know, you're curating things that people are wanting. And
Not all vintage is good vintage.
no,
Right.
no.
And
But honestly,
not always
what
at the
I
price
think is
point you
good
can buy it
vintage,
at too.
True, Jamie. Yeah.
what I think is good vintage, Michael may not think is good
Right.
vintage. And do you know what I mean? So it's all up to interpretation, but
Yeah.
desirable collectible vintage. You know, I don't want to bring things that anybody can go into a Goodwill and find.
Yeah.
Yep. Curation is fun. It
I
absolutely.
will show this is the next 14 days in my area. All the estate sales.
I'm so
Wow.
mad at that.
See all the gray dots? Those are
Oh,
all
the gray dots are the estate
and the red
sales.
and the blue. Those are the ones coming up in the next couple days. But all those gray
Okay.
dots, it's within the next 2 weeks. There's a lot of estate sales around here every single week. And so, you know, there's a lot of people here too. So the really good sales, they get really crowded with hundreds of people waiting in line.
See, that makes me a nervous wreck. Like I would be a nervous.
Yeah. Oh, it's anxiety producing for sure. If it's a really like the epic estate sale that we all talked about last year.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, that everyone in Southern California went to apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, you're camping overnight outside from somebody's house, you know? So
well, the people that were there first were there the day before at like 5 p.m. or something crazy.
Like
yeah. That was crazy.
Yeah.
So Rebecca says, baby secrets made a big sound. Do you ever feel guilty about buying in a live sale like on Whatnot or YouTube and then reselling it? Because often I do, but wish I didn't. Nope.
Nope.
And listen, if Dee buys something from me and she resells it for double what she bought it from me for, I'm going to give her a high five and say, you go, girl, because I got what I needed to get out of it. And no, absolutely not. If you buy something from me and you can go and flip it, fine. However, I'm not trying to market my items to sell to other resellers. You know, that's not what I'm trying to do. But sometimes things don't sell for what I want it to sell for. You know, it just depends. So no, I think that's wonderful. You get it.
I say, Becky, so far as estate sales, and I'm interested to hear, Jamie, how you do it. And I was also given a very important tip. Thank you, Sweet Peas Addict. I do not look for ones that allow online bidding or anything like that. Like you have to be there in person to get the items, because if they're allowing like online auctioning or online bidding or anything like that, forget it. I'm not doing it. Just no way, no how. I was working under the assumption that the more pictures, the better, but sometimes that works against you. Pardon me. Sometimes that works against you because then everybody sees and then everybody wants to be there. Sometimes you have to look for, as I was told, the old school ones where they're not taking the photos or they're not like that interested in the technology, but they will write out everything, but they won't take the pictures. Those are the ones you have to look out for.
I think also the family run estate sales are usually better priced than the ones that they source out to a company or whatever to do.
You only need one more subscriber, Jamie.
I'm seeing that. Thank you guys so much. That's awesome.
We don't have estate sales here, so that just makes me so mad.
Well, see, and we don't have auctions here. We don't. It just doesn't exist. There's no.
Well, but the auctions will take your entire day, and that's the bad thing.
Well, the estate sales take 24 hours in advance.
You gotta wait in line. Yeah, you gotta wait.
They're all night.
That's true.
Although I will say there's lots of times, because just with the craziness of my kids and Blake working all this, I haven't done that in a long time, camping out overnight. If something was good enough, I probably still would. I would make it work somehow. But there's been lots of times we've just rolled in midday, mid-morning to an estate sale, and a lot of stuff that I wanted is still there. So it just depends. You don't know what people are looking for. They're not necessarily looking for the same stuff as you.
Yeah.
True.
I've never waited overnight for an estate
No.
sale.
I have neither. I have never been to an estate sale.
I
Ever.
probably
Really?
Come on out here. I'll take you to a good one.
Never.
like the
never.
one for the one that Jamie and Steph went to last year.
Yeah.
That would be tempting, just given the sheer volume of
Right.
items that was there. That,
Those
but
make
like,
it worth it.
yeah,
'Cause even
any
the
other
people
one,
that
I'd
go
be
in
like,
first, they can't get everything. There's too much good stuff. There's enough for everyone there. I went on the last day of that sale and I still loaded up.
I don't know.
boxes.
Check. Jamie should be at 5,000. Are you?
D, what's your subscriber count?
Yeah, let's get D up to something.
I don't know. I don't.
Yay!
It's
Thank you guys.
Yay, Jamie!
Yay!
Woohoo!
I don't have party poppers, but
What?
thank you so much.
Yay,
He's at
Awesome.
11,500.
All right, 500 more for D.
500 to 12. 500 to 12.
11. What is it? 11,512.
You at 11,500. Yeah, it's
Okay.
probably a little bit higher, but they can't see your actual.
Okay.
Yay.
Oh, fat birds.
Hey, Tina, we might be going up to Lafayette or in that area this weekend. You'll have to email me what places again because I can't remember. And I want to go to Arnie's.
Yeah, I do get anxious at those though, the estate sales when you're waiting, the auctions when you're waiting around for I get to like, oh, come on.
Do you
I
film
love
those?
estate sales.
No.
Love,
I do too.
love
Nope.
estate sales. Rummage sales, church rummage sales.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
those-
where it's
yeah.
at.
Yeah, definitely. Those are
Yeah.
exciting.
Church rummage sales used to be really, really, really good. I just
Nate's
don't.
just trying
I
to
just
steal
don't
my
go-
blade.
I just don't go to a lot of garage sales anymore. I don't know. I just don't. I mean, the where I shop is so good around here, and I just feel like I can go into this one antique mall and I can find, everything in one spot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, that's the problem that I've been having is, and I've said this before, is like the antique malls. Now I'm starting to have to go to the estate sales, yard sales, because and to me, it just doing that is such an investment in time. It's difficult to do that because you just don't know. Whereas you would go to the antique mall. What I'm starting to experience now is that they're not turning
Turning
over
over.
stuff in the shops enough. And there's other resellers, do you know what I'm saying, in the
Mhm.
area.
Yeah.
So there's multiple ones of us that are going there. And I'm going to some places almost daily. So it's just like, and then some of them it'll be a month or two, and I'm like, this is the same stuff. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you got to go direct.
Yeah.
I'm finding going direct, which is hard because then I'm like, I don't film them because I'm typically there by myself. So to focus on what I'm trying to do and film, especially
It's
in a very
hard.
time sensitive,
Yeah.
there's just you can't.
I think that every once in a while, it's a good idea for you as a reseller. And I know Jeffrey just did this last weekend, is to take a trip. Go a trip, go drive 4 or 5 hours, take a weekend trip and go someplace that you don't normally go to. Spend a weekend. I know if you got little kids, it's a little hard.
Well, we went 2 weeks to
Yeah,
Iowa and
we
back. That was a hell of a trip.
Yeah. So
We loaded up the whole
sometimes
van.
I think every once in a while you just
Yeah.
got to do stuff like that and scope out other areas because I mean driving around your
Iowa. All the good stuff is in Iowa. All of it.
Iowa.
It's in Iowa.
Iowa. Jeffrey, you and I are going out to visit Ann. We're going to go out and visit Ann in Iowa. Here we
Fort
go.
Dodge, Iowa has the best thrift store I've ever been to in my life.
Okay.
Amazing. Fort Dodge, Iowa, where it happens to be where Blake's grandma lives, where we were staying. It's the best thrift store I have ever been to in my entire life. It was amazing.
Yeah, I do too. I drive a 2-hour radius,
Mhm.
but every once in a while.
Everything is a 2-hour radius here.
Well, yeah, just driving
5
down the
miles down
road.
the street could be a 2-hour radius, depending on the time of day.
Yeah, just driving down the road. So yeah, and Amber Amy said, yeah, Iowa was good.
Yeah, it
Iowa
was
was
good.
good. Well, we are coming up to the end of this went by really fast.
It did.
Good.
Fast. So again, just I guess by the things that you can take away from this is if you are a buyer, if and you there's an issue, communicate with your seller. Don't ever hesitate about emailing a seller and if there's an issue arises. And as a seller, just make sure that you are I don't know, keeping on and carrying
Invoicing.
on, keeping on and carrying on if there is an issue. And it's a bummer when people don't pay, but it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen very often.
For my YouTube, which I don't sell on YouTube often, but when I do, it's only happened to me once.
Yes.
One time.
Yes.
And I just would say, don't be embarrassed about telling us what's up, because
Absolutely.
the person who did not pay was somebody that I knew and I talked to before. I knew who she was, and I was like, now I'm worried about you. I am actually worried about you. Please at least send me an email. I don't even care about this thing that you bought anymore. I just want to know that you're okay. You're good.
Right.
Like, talk it out. Don't be embarrassed. Don't say, like, just don't worry if you were drunk and you hit the bid button. Like, it happens, like whatever it was, or, just talk to us about it and we'll probably work it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's just communication basically. And, there's going to be downfalls in any job, and there's going to be issues with any job. And this is a job just like anybody else has a job. It's just ours is kind of, on TV. I don't want to say on TV. If you're watching on TV, it's on your TV, on your computer, on your phone. But we're just trying to earn a living just like everybody else is.
Oh, have you seen those videos of like when you don't pay your contractor and they come in and they demo everything that they just built in your house?
No.
Yeah. People, they stiff the contractor and don't pay them at the end. Like, they'll do
So
half
they
at
rip
the
out their
beginning and then
work.
half at the end. They come, they rip it all out. Like, you're not going to pay us. We're ripping down your new bathroom.
We're coming in and taking your vintage.
At least we don't do that.
I bought
your house. Take back your vintage.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, don't make Dee get out that.
No,
don't make her get out
right. That's
It'll happen.
Now, we're not trying to promote violence or anything,
No,
but it's a frustrating thing. She's Italian. She talks with her hands.
I know.
Thank you guys so much. Please, I will go back and I will put their links. I don't know what happened. It must have been a StreamYard not connecting to Facebook thing, but I will make, or YouTube, I'll make sure that I put both Dee and Jamie's links in the thing in the description. So go and make sure that you follow. Dee, when is your next sale?
Saturday, this coming Saturday. I've gotten away from doing sales during the week and that because I have arthritis in my thumb really bad. And so I have to pack all of my stuff myself. So
Yes.
I had to stop doing extra sales. So right now I'm just doing my usual Saturday sales at 3:00 Eastern.
Yes. So, and then Jamie, you're having a sale.
I had a sale today, this morning on Whatnot. I do mid-century Monday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific on Whatnot. Wednesdays, Blake and I do a haul of what we've purchased that week kind of thing on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Pacific. But I think I'm going to start sneaking in a few things to sell on Wednesday nights.
Ooh.
Just a few.
You should.
Just sprinkle in some fun little things. I don't know if I'll get to it this Wednesday, but at least by next Wednesday I will. And then occasionally on Thursdays on Whatnot, I'll be having some pop-ups. I think this Thursday I'm going to have a brooch sale. I'm not sure of the time, so you'll have to just go on Whatnot and follow me and see when I post it.
The Whatnot theme sales
Whatnot.
are fun. They're fun. I'm doing bottles.
Ooh.
Bottles. And then next week, I'm just bringing out one of the boxes of Dad's Littles, and we're just going to do Littles.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. Michael, when's your next sale?
Well, what do you know about that? Tomorrow, Tuesday at 1 p.m., we're going to be back here on Thrifter, Junker, Vintage Hunter.
No,
live.
not this channel. Not this channel.
Oh, I thought that's it. We're not on live. Well, we're going to be on Thrifter, Junker, Vintage Hunter live. We're going to be there. That's right. We're on Thrifter, Junker, Vintage Hunter tonight, but live tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Yes. And we have some amazing things that are going to be sold tomorrow. So I hope that you can make it. And then
lots of blingy, shiny.
Lots of bling.
Sparkles.
Wednesday at 10 o'clock on Whatnot, I am having a bottle sale. And then at 10 o'clock a.m., I'm sorry, West Coast people, but that's it, me. And then on Wednesday at 1 o'clock, I'm having a sale with Jay. And, I'm bringing some Fenton. She's bringing some Fenton. It's going to be a fun sale. And also tomorrow, I have 5 giveaways because the 2 people that didn't pay for their items, they both won giveaways. So I'm giving away their extra giveaways.
Don't mail them the giveaway.
No.
I forgot to mention too, I'm also having a drop sale. I'm not sure if it's going to be Wednesday or Thursday. It just depends when I have time to film it. But it's going to be like clothing, linens, accessory type sale. So like I said, it'll be Wednesday or Thursday, probably in the morning at some point.
Yeah. Good. Well, just make sure that you're following her on Instagram and following her on YouTube so you can be abreast of what's. I know I said that word and I was like, is that correct? You can be abreast of it, right?
Abreast, yes. You're right.
Right. So thank you guys so much. We really do appreciate you. And next week, Vintage Rescue Squad will be on
The Cult of Vintage.
Michael's channel.
On my channel.
At 8 o'clock. And we really do appreciate you guys so much. So hit the thumbs up on your way out, and I will put their links in the description. Go give them a follow, and we will see you in the next one.
Thank you guys for getting me to 5,000.
What?
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Good night.